Bakken is the world's oldest amusement park and made its debut back in 1583, and upon opening, this park had a couple of restaurants. However, just over 400 years later, it now has some of the best and most unique attractions in the country. However, where is this theme park located? Bakken is located in Hovedstaden, Denmark, and for perspective, it's only around a half an hour drive away from Copenhagen, and unlike many parts in the country, it's actually a really easy place to get to. However, in terms of the park itself, their main roller coaster is Tornado. Built back in 2009 by Intamin, this is a fun spinning coaster with some great turns. However, even though this is amazing, the best part of the ride has to be the first drop. This is the most intense drop I've ever experienced, and it's honestly just insane. Along with this, the coaster does also have some nice theming with some decent trains. However, for the best experience, I'd personally recommend facing backwards. This makes it one of the best roller coasters in the country and just a great overall ride. Another great ride at the park is the roller coaster. This is the park's oldest coaster and made its debut back in 1932, and even though it's nearly 90 years old, it's actually a really fun coaster. It's got some great drops along with some decent airtime hills. However, what makes this ride so good are the trains. These are extremely comfy and also look great whilst heading around the track. However, the only negative about this coaster is the trimming. This makes for some really slow turns and also takes away from some of the airtime. However, if you look past this, it's still a great ride and definitely something to experience. Another thrill ride at the park is the Wild Mouse. Built by Matt Rise in 2012, this is one of their Wild Mouse coasters. As much as you'll find these all over the world, this is actually one of the best ones I've experienced. To start off with, this has some of the best trains in the country. From the theming to the restraints, this is a perfect mix for a roller coaster. Along with this, it's got some decent drops which can often give a bit of airtime, and as much as it wasn't that strong, it still makes for a great overall ride. Right on the other side of the park is the Wolf's Mine Train, and even though it isn't the most thrilling ride at the park, it's still a great coaster. The first drop gives some great hang time in the front row, you also get some great airtime whilst heading through its layout. However, as much as this was great, what really surprised me were the head choppers. These were most notable down the first drop and were honestly just amazing. Overall, this made for a great coaster and definitely something to experience. The last roller coaster at the park is their kids coaster and comes under the name of the Ladybird. Built back in 1981, this was actually a really fun roller coaster. It's got a decent airtime hill along with some turns. However, what made this ride so unique was that after you head around your second lap, the ride would then stop on the lift hill. This would then allow you to interact with the guests off ride before heading around another 2 laps. And as much as you don't find this at many parts around the world, it really improved the coaster and definitely made for a fun ride. However, besides the coasters, the park does also have some great attractions. Some of my favourites include the Sky Roller. This was my personal favourite flat ride at the park and was great to experience. It gave some nice views over the park and also the surrounding area. The newest ride at the park is the Time Machine. Built by Zampano in 2019, this is one of their Nebula's models, and off my one ride I can safely say that this was the perfect fit for the park. You get some nice spins and always some great interactions. Also, not to mention that this is amazing from off-ride. The only water ride I got to experience at the park was the Water Slide. This is the park's log flume, was actually one of the best ones I've experienced, and as much as it doesn't really have much theming, the drops along with the tunnel sections more than made up for it. Another great ride at the park was the Funhouse, and out of all the Funhouse I've experienced so far, this was by far my favourite, and as much as it may not be that unique, the theme was some of the best in the country and was honestly just amazing. Along with this, it had some great effects which really improved the overall experience. However, in terms of entertainment, Bakken mainly focuses on shows and also character interactions, and as much as I didn't get to experience any of it, it's definitely something I'd like to do on my next visit. So in terms of other information surrounding visiting Bakken, I'd personally try arriving at the park around 15 minutes before the advertised opening time. However, in terms of what ride to head to first, I'd personally recommend heading straight to Tornado. This is due to this being the most popular ride at the park and also having a very low capacity. However, after this, I'd personally recommend taking a look around the park and also experiencing some more of their attractions. But something else to point out is that until 11:30, everything had a 0-minute wait. However, after you finish this, you'll likely be looking for some lunch. And in terms of timings, I'd personally recommend eating either 11:30 or 2. This is due to this being the quietest time and it will likely have no wait. However, in terms of where to eat, on my visit I didn't actually get to try any of the food options. However, some of the best are like Bakken and also the Balcony. These both are like great options and definitely somewhere I'd like to head to on my next visit. However, after this I'd personally experience some more of their attractions. But once you come to the end of your day at the park, you'll likely be looking for some merchandise. And on my visit I didn't actually see any park related merchandise. And in my opinion, this was the one area I feel like Bakken really needs to improve on. However, in terms of how long you need to spend at the park, on my visit we only spent 2 hours and a half, but if you'd like to experience most of their attractions, I'd recommend spending around 5 hours. However, what is my overall opinion on Bakken? Bakken is a great park to visit as it has some of the best roller coasters in the country and also some great atmosphere. However, what is your opinion on Bakken? Make sure to leave any thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.